हो गया? You want more? We can do more.
ओम ज्ञानतिमिरान्धस्य ज्ञानाञ्जनशलाकया चक्षुर्मिलितं येन तस्मै श्रीगुरवे नमः। गुरवे गौरचन्द्राय राधिकायै तदालये कृष्णाय कृष्णभक्ताय तद्भक्ताय नमो। वन्दे गुरुवदनन्दं भक्तवेदसमन्वितं श्रीचैतन्यं प्रभुं वन्दे नित्यानन्दस्वरूपम्। नन्दनन्दनं वन्दे राधिका चरणं गोपीनां समुच्चतानं वृन्दावनम्। तवैवास्मि तवैवास्मि न जीवामि त्वया विना इति विक्राय ते राधे नन्दनयामि शरणागति। आदेवी काको भरगदगदयद्वाचा चाचनी पत्ते भुवि दण्डवदभटार्ति अस्य प्रसादममुदस्य जनस्य कृत्वा गन्धर्विके निजगणे गणनान्विते अन्नश्यामलिविच्छटामन्दी कृतन्द्रीवरं जट्टं जाचो गुरुरुचिसं पट्टं वरस्य श्रियं वृन्दारनिवासमिथुनसत्तामदिदामोदरम् राधास्कन्दनिवीश्लोज्जलो भुजं ध्यायं स्तुदामोदरम्। तवैवास्मि तवैवास्मि न जीवामि त्वया विना इति विज्ञाय ते राधे तन्नयामि चरणान्तिके। श्रीकृष्ण चैतन्य प्रभु नित्यानंद श्री अद्वैत गदाधर श्रीवासादि श्री गौर भक्तवृंद। हरे कृष्ण 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 हरे 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 राम 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 हरे हरे। हरे कृष्ण 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 हरे 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 राम 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 हरे हरे। सबसे पहले मेरे गुरुपाद पद्मों नित्य लीला प्रविष्टम विष्णुपाद अष्टोत्तर शतस्य श्रीमद् भक्ति वेदांत श्रील वामन गोस्वामी महाराज एवं नित्य लीला प्रविष्टम विष्णुपाद अष्टोत्तर शतस्य श्रीमद् भक्ति वेदांत श्रील नारायण गोस्वामी महाराज के अभय चरण कमलों
First of all, I offer my unlimited obeisances into the lotus feet of Srila Bhaktivedanta Vamana Goswami Maharaj and Srila Bhaktivedanta Narayan Goswami Maharaj, and also Nitya Lila Pravishta Om Vishnupada Srila Bhaktivedanta Swami Maharaj, Srila Gaur Govind Goswami Maharaj, Srila Bhakti Rakshak Goswami Maharaj, Srila Bhakti Puri Goswami Maharaj, and all present, and all sannyasis,
सभियों के चरण कमलों में मेरा यथायथ दंडवत प्रणाम स्वीकार।
My unlimited obeisances to everybody.
हम लोग प्रातः काल में चैतन्य महाप्रभु की जो आचारित प्रचारित नाम संकीर्तन के बारे में हम लोग श्रवण कर रहे थे।
So this morning, early morning, we were
जिसमें चैतन्य
listening
महाप्रभु
about Chaitanya Mahaprabhuji's
कोई ग्रंथ नहीं लिखा, केवल चैतन्य
how
महाप्रभु
he showed by example
आठ
and
श्लोकों के
preached.
द्वारा
Chaitanya Mahaprabhu never actually wrote any granth, but
शिक्षा दी।
he gave
इससे सारे वेद पुराण
knowledge
उपनिषद
through
आदि
8 verses.
सभी
So
रखे।
Veda,
जैसे कहा
Puran,
जाता है
all the knowledge is in those 8 shlokas that he gave.
अपना सब परिक्रमा चले गए सारे उड़ीसा संगे सब चले गए।
Guru is speaking about how everybody's gone now.
तो भागा परिक्रमा गिरिराज ये परिक्रमा अच्छा
Giriraj Parikrama is good.
अरे बाती तो ছিল না এখন তো কারেন্ট এলো কারেন্ট ছিল না তো এই তো কারেন্ট হ্যাঁ
So this is the reason they're not here. There's no
नहीं बाती नहीं थी हैं अच्छा अभी हम लोग जो कथा सुन रहे थे
Okay, coming back to the Katha.
चैतन्य महाप्रभु केवल 8 श्लोकों के
Chaitanya
द्वारा
Mahaprabhu, through 8
जगत जीवों
verses
को जो है
only,
शिक्षा दी।
he gave knowledge to the entire
युग धर्म
world about
नाम संकीर्तन
Yuga Dharma and nama-sankirtana.
धर्म क्या है नाम संकीर्तन
That is the
और नाम
duty
संकीर्तन
of
के
Kali Yuga.
द्वारा ही सब
And
कुछ
through nama-sankirtana,
प्राप्त हो जाता है।
everything is obtained.
इसलिए कहते हैं हरे नाम
That is what it said.
नामैव केवलम कलौ नास्तिव गतिरन्यथा। 16 नाम 32 अक्षर युक्त श्री
16
हरिनाम ही
names and 32
महामंत्र है।
syllables is the
इसमें
Shri
अष्ट
Harinam
जुगल नाम
Mahamantra.
है।
There's 8
श्रीमन महाप्रभु
जुगल
ने
names.
अष्ट जुगल को शिक्षाष्टक के रूप में
So Shri
जगत
Chaitanya
में
Mahaprabhu,
प्रकट किया है।
he manifested these 8 verses to give knowledge to the living entities of this world.
हरे कृष्ण महामंत्र में
So Hare Krishna Mahamantra,
राधे कृष्ण
Say-
कृष्ण
Radhe
कृष्ण
Krishna,
कृष्ण
Radhe Krishna,
राधे
Krishna Krishna, Radhe
राधे
Radhe,
श्याम
Radhe Shyam, Radhe Shyam,
श्याम
Shyam Shyam, Radhe Radhe.
हैं? श्रद्धा पूर्वक कृष्ण नाम संकीर्तन करने पर
So if we,
अविद्या
through
नष्ट होती है,
faith, we
तथा
do
चित्त
Krishna Nam
रूपी
Sankirtan,
दर्पण का
ignorance is destroyed.
सम्मार्जन होता है। यही प्रथम जुगल
So
हरे
the
कृष्ण
mirror
का
of our heart is cleaned
तो गुरुदेव
through
वर्णन कर रहे हैं
the Mahamantra.
जिस
Gurudev
श्रद्धा
is
पूर्वक नाम
saying
कीर्तन करना है
we should chant the holy names with faith.
और श्रद्धा से भी कोई नाम करे
Even if anybody
Okay.
chants without faith,
तो सुकृति उत्पन्न हो जाता है।
they will
श्रद्धा
gain
हृदय
sukriti.
श्रद्धा के साथ अथवा
Chanting
हेला के साथ
with
और श्रद्धा के
faith,
साथ नाम करने पर नाम प्रभु कृपा भी कर देते हैं।
Nam
सब
Prabhu
पाप नष्ट
is
कर
very
देते हैं।
merciful and
किंतु कोई यदि
destroy
श्रद्धा
sins.
पूर्वक नाम करे तो अविद्या अस्मिता राग देश अभिनिवेश
all
पाप
these
बीज
5 kleshas are destroyed. Rag,
कूट यहाँ तक
avidya,
कि पाप
smita,
करने की भी
rag, kalesh, through
वासना
doing
इच्छा
now,
जो है वो
even
भी
the seed
जाता
to commit sin is destroyed.
नाम की महिमा कलियुग में
This is the glories of the holy
नाम की
name.
महिमा सर्वत्र दिखाई।
So in Kali Yuga, the glories of holy name are shown.
इसलिए कलियुग में और कुछ करना ही नहीं,
You don't need to do anything else in Kali Yuga.
एकमात्र नाम संकीर्तन।
We only have to
कोई
perform
व्यक्ति
Nam
और कुछ
Sankirtan.
काम कर सकते हैं 2 घंटा
So
और कुछ काम कर सकते हैं।
any
एक घंटा
person can
बैठ करके एक
do
घंटे की बात
any other work for
10
a
मिनट
couple of
बैठ करके
hours,
हरिनाम करना
but
कितने
it's
कठिन।
very difficult to even sit for 10 minutes to do Harinam.
और काम कर लेंगे
You
किंतु
can do
नाम
any other
करना
work,
बहुत
they will
कठिन।
probably do any other work, but to
और
sit and
चित्त
do
लगा
nama-sankirtana
करके
is very difficult.
नाम करें और भी कठिन है।
So
इसलिए प्रेमानंद
wholeheartedly
ठाकुर
to do Nam is very difficult.
प्रेमानंद ठाकुर वर्णन
So
करते हैं,
Premananda
"ओरे मन
Thakur
रुचि नहीं केन तब
says,
कृष्ण नाम तबे जानी पूर्व जन्मे रहे छे तो पाप कर्मे से लागी विधाता तोरी बाम यदि হয় असत कथा
if we listen
तो
to
जिया होता था
mundane
आज यदि হয়
katha,
कृष्ण कथा घूमे झुमे तल्ला सो बालिश प्रेमानंद ठाकुर इस बंगला कीर्तन में वर्णन करे मन रुचि नहीं
Premananda Thakur is saying in this Bangla Kirtan
मन
that,
तुम्हारे कृष्ण नाम में रुचि क्यों नहीं है
hey mind, why do you not have
नाम
any
की महिमा
taste for
सर्वत्र दिखाया गया
Nam?
तो
Harinam
ऐसे
is
नाम
topmost.
श्रवण करके भी
So
सुन
even
करके
by
भी
listening to these glories
नाम में
of
रुचि
the holy name, we have no taste for the
और
holy
कथा
name.
को सुन करके हमारी रुचि हो जाता है
And listening
जैसे
to any other
सिनेमा थिएटर
mundane
की
katha, we have taste.
एक्टर के बाद उनके फिल्मी गान सुन करके
We
हमारी रुचि
listen
हो
to
जाता है
actors
जल्दी
or
जल्दी भी
their
याद हो जाता
film
है
actors, etc., and we can even remember what they say.
याद होता है कि
And,
नहीं
it's very easy to get
किंतु
taste for these things,
भगवत नाम भगवत कथा में रुचि नहीं
but there's no taste for Bhagavad name and ruchi.
तभी जन पूर्व
No
जन्म में
taste for
रहे
Bhagavad
जगत
Gita.
पाप कर्मे
Why
से
is this?
लागी विधाता तोरे बाप अरे पूर्व जन्म में ऐसे ऐसे पाप कर्म किया है
We have performed many
जिसके पाप के
sinful
फलस्वरूप
activities in our previous lives, and
इसलिए
the
कृष्ण नाम
fruit
में हमें रुचि नहीं
of these sins is that we
यदि
don't
हमारी
have taste
असत
in
कथा
Krishna Nam.
घूमे तो चिया होता था यदि औसत कथा हो
So if there's mundane
मांडलिक
katha,
टॉक तो देखो उस समय हमें कितने रुचि आ जाता है
so
कथा
much taste for that katha,
कहीं
which is
कहीं
mundane.
फलाना कोई व्यक्ति मर गया कुछ हो
If
गया
somebody died or
अप डाउन लॉकडाउन
there's up down,
हो जाता है ना
lockdown, isn't it? That's what
तो
happens.
उस अप डाउन लॉकडाउन की कथा सुनने
So
में इतने रुचि हो
listening
जाती
to that up down, lockdown
है
katha, we
और
have so much
जितने भी
taste.
थके हुए हैं
And however
और उस
tired
समय
you
कुछ
are,
यदि ऐसे
and if someone at that time
मॉडर्न कथा बोले
speaks mundane
उसमें
katha,
कितने रुचि है, सब नींद
you
उड़
have so
कर
much
चले जाते
taste, and then your
नींद उड़ जाती
tiredness will go away,
आज कृष्ण
sleepiness
कथा
will go
शुरू हो
away.
गया
However, if you
बच्चे
listen to
जनो
Krishna katha,
बच्चे जनो पड़े माता है इतने सिर दर्द शुरू हो जाए कृष्ण
you'll start
कथा
to get a headache.
प्रारंभ होने के क्या क्या हो जाता है
You'll start
सिर में
starting
दर्द होता है
off
कि नहीं होता है
Krishna katha, you'll start to get a headache.
आप सब घड़ी देखते रहते हैं महाराज इतने समय बोल दिया 2 घंटा
You're
बोल
always
दिया
watching the clock and saying, "Oh, Maharaj, you've spoken
और
for 2
टीवी के
hours
सामने
now."
बैठे रहो
And when somebody's sitting
कितने
in front
समय
of the
चले जाता है
TV,
आजकल तो
how much
टीवी
time
के
goes
सामने
by?
जरूरत नहीं होता वो क्या
We
बोलते हैं
don't need
आपके
the
पास
TV now. Everyone has smartphones.
वो चलते रहते हैं
They keep going.
हमारे कुछ भक्त लोगों में देखते
Even
रहा था
some of our
हरि कथा में
devotees I
नहीं वो
see during
टक टक टक
Harikatha,
करते रहते
they're tapping on their phones.
हाँ कथा सुनने में रुचि
They have no taste for listening to katha.
बात ये सही है कि
Isn't this right?
इसलिए करे
That's
यदि
why they say,
असत कथा घूमे जुमे तल्लाश बोली और सबसे रुचि किसमें है
what do we have the most taste for?
हाँ हाँ ट्रांसलेट करो
Yes, translate.
यदि है असत कथा
If we have,
देखो कितने आनंद हो जाता है
if there's mundane katha,
माने
then there's so much joy in
कितने
listening
आनंद
to
होता है
mundane talk.
सारा रात फुटबॉल मैच देखने में बैठ जाते हैं
All night you can watch a football match
टीवी के सामने
in front of the TV.
बैठ जाते हैं जितने भी
Sit
थके
in
हुए
front of the TV. It doesn't matter how tired they are.
और कृष्ण कथा हो,
And if it's Krishna
तो कहते
Katha,
महाराज ज्यादा समय बोल,
and it's like, oh Maharaj, you've spoken too long.
इतने समय बैठे हुए,
We've been
और
sitting for
सब
so
घड़ी की
long,
तरफ देखते रहते,
and everybody's watching the clock.
बोले इसी की कहता है,
This is what is
पूर्व जन्म
said.
में रोहित को तो पाप कर्मे, पाप चित्त मलिना, जिसके चित्त पाप के द्वारा
Whoever's heart
मलिन हो गया,
is
दूषित हो गया,
contaminated
कि भगवत
with
नाम में,
sin,
भगवत कथा में रुचि,
they won't have any taste for
इसलिए
Bhagavad
ऐसे
Nam
व्यक्ति
or
को
Bhagavad
कल्याण
Gita.
कैसे होगा?
So how will this person be
कहते हैं उसकी
liberated?
सेवा में लगाओ,
You need to engage them into seva. This
कर्मी
type
के
of person.
कर्म में लगाओ,
So in karmis, engage them in karma.
इसलिए गीता में भगवान भी कहते हैं,
So in the Bhagavad Gita, Bhagavan says,
जी जो जैसे अधिकारी है उसके अधिकार के
whatever
अनुसार
qualification anybody has, according to their qualification, engage them.
जनेसु, ऐसे लोगों के बुद्धिभेद करना नहीं चाहिए, मतलब
You
उसके
shouldn't,
मत बोलो ये भक्ति करो,
don't,
क्या बोलना चाहिए?
so karmis, don't say to
वो जो
them,
कर्म जो कर रहे हैं उसमें कर्म
don't
में
do
उसके
bhakti,
और भी उत्साहित
because
करो,
they won't understand,
तावत
and
कर्माणि कुर्वीत
engage them in karma,
जावदा
in
कथा
seva.
समदनवा श्रद्धानंद जयत। भगवान कहते हैं जब तक
Lord
मेरे
says,
कथा में उसके श्रद्धा रुचि नहीं हो रहा है,
until that person has no faith or taste
जो कर्म में रुचि
in my
रहेगा,
katha, then engage them in karma, because he will have taste for
भक्ति की
karma,
तरफ लेकर के जाए,
because that karma will take them towards bhakti.
सफाई में लगा दो,
So engage them in donation, cleaning,
आदि करा,
etc.
वैष्णव सेवा आदि में उसके लगाओ,
Engage them in Vaishnava
दान
seva,
पुण्य आदि अनेकों कार्य में लगाओ,
into
और
donating
लगाते लगाते
good
जब उसकी
activities.
सुकृति जब
And when their sukriti is matured and accumulated,
then उसके धीरे धीरे वैष्णव की सेवा में
then slowly
और भगवत कथा में रुचि,
they will have taste for Vaishnava seva and taste in Bhagavad Gita. Chaitanya Mahaprabhu ji
चित्तरूपी
says,
दर्पण के कैसे हम सम्मार्जित करें, पर एकमात्र नाम संकीर्तन,
so how should we clean the mirror of our heart? Through nama-sankirtana.
श्रद्धा पूर्वक कृष्ण नाम संकीर्तन करने पर
So
अविद्या
doing
नष्ट होती
Krishna
है,
Nam
तथा
Sankirtan with
चित्तरूपी
faith,
दर्पण सम्मार्जन
ignorance
होती है।
is
यह प्रथम
destroyed
जुगल हरे कृष्ण
and the mirror of our heart is cleaned.
एक हरे कृष्ण का मर्म है। दूसरी जुगल हरे कृष्ण के द्वारा यह सूचित होता है कि
So the
उसमें
second pair of Hare
कृपा आदि
Krishna,
सारी शक्तियां हैं जो नाम संकीर्तन करने वाले
so
साधक
those
के
merciful
हृदय स्थित
powers,
अविद्या को नष्ट कर साधु संग में
the ignorance is destroyed,
संकीर्तन भजन में अनुरक्त पैदा कराती है।
and they will engage them into sadhu-sanga.
इसे द्वितीय जो नाम जो है हरे कृष्ण, इसके बाद दूसरी हरे कृष्ण, पहले हरे कृष्ण,
So there's the first Hare Krishna in the
चित्त
Mahamantra.
मार्जन हो रहे,
Through that our heart is purified. So the second pair Hare
और फिर करें
Krishna,
साधु संग,
we obtain sadhu-sanga.
क्योंकि चित्त जितने हमारे निर्मल होते जाए,
So the more our heart is
परिमार्जित होगा,
purified,
उतना ही परिमाण साधु संग में मेरा रुचि रहेगा।
and then we will have more taste for sadhu-sanga.
जिसे कहते हैं साधु संग। विश्वनाथ चक्रवर्ती पाद इसलिए कहते
So
हैं
Vishwanath
आदु,
Chakravarti Pad says Adu
रूप गोस्वामी
sadhu-sanga.
पाद कहते हैं
Shrirupa
आदु
Goswami Pad says
श्रद्धा,
Adu
पहले श्रद्धा।
Shraddha, first
किंतु
Shraddha,
विश्वनाथ
first faith.
चक्रवर्ती पाद
However, Vishwanath Chakravarti Pad says
साधु संग।
first sadhu-sanga.
जब साधु की उनके संग नहीं हो,
Until we have the association of sadhu,
वास्तव में तत्व विचार समझ में नहीं आएगा।
we won't
इसलिए
understand
शास्त्र में कहा गया
philosophy.
साधु संग की
That's why Shastra says,
पहले
scriptures
साधु संग
say,
होनी चाहिए।
first we should have sadhu-sanga.
इसलिए पहले कहा जाता है जो पहले जो
First
साधु
thing
से
it
कहता है
says-
लौकिक साधु संग को कहा जाता है।
First sadhu-sanga is
फिर
lokik
सुकृति
sadhu-sanga.
आदि
And then through having
पुष्ट होने
sukriti, when it's matured and accumulated,
श्रद्धा उत्पन्न अर्थात साधु के
then we
वचनों
have
पर
faith and
विश्वास हो
in
जाता है।
the words of the sadhu.
पहले साधु के वचनों पर विश्वास नहीं हुआ,
At first, you don't have faith in the words of the sadhu.
इसलिए
That is why
साधु-संग उसके कहा जाता है लौकिक साधु-संग कहा जाता है।
that is called Lokik Sadhu-sanga initially.
इसलिए मेरे जीव गोस्वामी पास संदर्भ में एक सुंदर उदाहरण दिया।
Jiv Goswami Pad gives a
Brahman
beautiful example in a
मंदिर
Sandarbha.
में
There was a Brahmin
पूजा करता
in
था,
a temple worshipping Thakurji
कृष्ण पूजा आदि विष्णु पूजा आदि करके
and doing Krishna
उसके
Vishnu
घी लैंप
puja.
जो है
The
मंदिर के
ghee lamp,
अंदर ही छोड़ दिया
he left it in the temple,
और उस मंदिर के अंदर में एक चूहा था।
and there was this mouse in the temple.
घी लैंप जो है जब बुझने लगे
So when the ghee lamp was about to diminish,
घी बत्ती को जो है पकड़ लिया
so the mouse took
और
hold
घी
of this
बत्ती को पकड़ लेने के
gheewick.
साथ ही साथ और आग की जो शिखा जो है
So the flame of the
वो
lamp,
भी बढ़ गया
it actually
और देखो
increased,
चूहे के
and
मुंह बिल्कुल जल गया
the mouse's face was burnt,
और वो घी के बत्ती
and that
चूहे के जो है
gheewick
दांत में
was
फंस गया
stuck in the teeth of the mouse.
ठाकुर जी के सामने
And in
उस
front of
बत्ती को लेकर के
Thakurji,
बार-बार लोट-पोट खाता
the mouse was rolling around in front of Thakurji.
ठाकुर जी के सामने ही वो प्राण
And in the
छोड़ दिया,
end,
शरीर
he
छोड़ दिया।
left his body in front of
देखो हम लोग की
Thakurji.
सोच और ठाकुर जी के भी
Our
सोच कितने अंतर
way
होता
of thinking and Thakurji's way of thinking is very
है। ठाकुर जी
different.
विचार करने लगे देखो
Thakurji was thinking, look,
जब मुझे घी बत्ती दिखाने जो फल है आरती की जो फल है
so the fruit of doing
वो
arati,
फल उसकी प्राप्ति होगी।
the mouse obtained the fruit of doing arati.
हम लोग तो बात करते हैं वे क्या कर रहे हैं,
We will say, oh, what are they doing?
ठाकुर जी के विचार
However,
कैसे होता है?
Thakurji's thoughts
भगवान
are,
कहते हैं ये मुझे क्या कर रहे हैं
Lord is saying,
ना
Bhagavan is
आरती
saying,
कर रहे हैं।
he's doing my arati.
और कोई सचमुच ठाकुर जी के श्रद्धा
And
के
if
साथ आरती करे
someone is
उसका फल क्या
performing
होगा
arati with
वो वर्णन कर
faith,
सकते हैं।
what can we say will be
देखो
the fruit of
चूहा
this?
जब शरीर छोड़ दिया
So when the mouse left his
उनके
body,
आत्मा
his soul
एक राज परिवार में जन्म लिया,
took
राजकुमारी होकर
birth
जन्म
in
लिया।
a royal family.
जिनको
He
सही बात लिख
took
रहे हैं।
birth as a
क्या होकर जन्म
princess.
लिया?
How did he take birth?
राजकुमारी होकर जन्म।
As a princess.
सम्रांतपुरी में कोई जन्म लेते हैं धन संपत्ति प्राप्ति हो जाता है।
So if somebody takes birth in a royal family, they
गीता में भगवान
have a
के
lot of
सूचना
wealth.
से जोग भ्रष्ट
In the Bhagavad Gita it says,
भक्ति के कोई अंग सामान्य रूप में कोई भी पालन कर ले
if you follow any limb of bhakti ordinarily, you have so much
यहाँ भी
fruit.
क्रमणास्ति प्रत्यवान विद्यते स्वल्पम अपि अस्य धर्मस्य त्रायतो बहुतो भयात्। गीता में भगवान भी कहते बोले भक्ति की अंग कहीं भी क्रम भंग भी हो जाए, जैसे महाराज बोल रहे ना विदत आचमनीय आसन पाद और
If in bhakti there's some sort of error in performing any of the limbs, it's not considered a fault. We're not saying that purposely pronounce incorrectly or do anything incorrectly. However, if in error, in raga bhakti, if there's any error, then there's no fault. But in Vidhi-marga, there has to be rules and regulations, and then there is fault if it's not followed properly. But in raga bhakti, this is not the case. That is why they're saying. So that mouse, it took birth as what? Everybody's gone to after parikrama. Is there anybody here? So Bengali have gone to do parikrama. They get sukriti. So Bangla and Hindi is one. Just by putting hair at the end of it, it becomes Hindi. And if you put che, it's something else.
গুরুদেব বলতেন এখন
Guru
এখানে
says
ইউপি চাল খাচ্ছেন তো হিন্দিতে কথা বলতে হবে,
in the UP
বাংলা
they
থেকে
used to
বাংলা
speak
চাল
Hindi
খেলে
katha,
বাংলা বলতে হবে,
and in Bangla they
হ্যাঁ,
speak Bangla
তাই
katha.
না? হ্যাঁ, যা কি বললাম,
So what shall I
सूचनांग श्रीमता आगे योग भ्रष्ट भैया भक्ति के कामने योग भक्ति के सामान्य अंग तो यदि पालन करे,
if you follow any limb ordinarily of
भक्ति
bhakti,
सामक किछु अंग यदि किछु पालन करे, समस्त पाप থেকে নষ্ট হয়, সমস্ত পাপ থেকে
many
মুক্ত।
sins are destroyed.
এই যে কি বললাম, ওই ইঁদুরটা কি করলো,
That mouse, what did he do?
আরতি করছে
He
না,
performed arati.
ও তো আরতি করছে না, দাঁতের মধ্যে ঘি
He had
লাগটা
a gheewick stuck in his teeth, and
ঠাকুরের সামনে
he was
ফুল কাটছে।
rolling around in front of Thakurji.
দেখো ঘি বাতি দেখানোর যে ফল
So the fruit of this,
তা প্রাপ্ত হয়ে গেল।
what did he
এখানে
obtain?
কেবল ঘি ল্যাম্প দেখায় না,
Just by having a ghee lamp and rolling around.
বিশেষ করে কার্তিক মাহিনে,
Especially in Kartik month, Niyam seva, the month of Niyam seva.
ঠাকুরজিকে
What should we do every day? We should do Thakurji's arati every day.
भक्ति के अंग बता,
This is one of the limbs of
भक्ति
bhakti.
के अंग बताया गया।
This is known as one of the limbs.
देखो भक्ति के चुआने क्या कि उसी प्रकार
What did the mouse do? He did this,
भक्ति
and it became
और इसके
bhakti.
फलस्वरूप
And
देखो
the fruit of
राजकन्या के
this,
रूप में जन्म लिया।
he took birth as a princess.
और राज परिवार में जन्म लेने के पश्चात उसके क्या हुआ? साविक रूप में
Taking birth in a
पूर्वजन्म
royal
के संस्कार,
family,
उसमें संस्कार भी बन जाता।
he had
वो बचपन से छोटी
previous
जब थी,
impressions.
किसी ने सिखाया नहीं।
So
साविक में
naturally,
ठाकुर जी के
from a young age, as a princess,
आरती करते।
she used to perform
ये जो
arati
संस्कार बोला है।
because this was an impression from previous life.
কিন্তু দেখো এই ভক্তি করে ভগবানের জন্য হয়েছে বলে এত ধন সম্পত্তি প্রাপ্ত সবকিছু হয়ে।
So she obtained
আবার
everything
কেউ ধনী করে
in terms of wealth.
ভগবানের সেবা করে না।
So if somebody has a lot of wealth but they don't serve the Lord.
রাবণের ধন কম ছিল না।
So Ravan, for example, had a lot of wealth, but did he serve with the wealth?
রাবণ দুরাচারী।
He was a sinful person.
থাকলে যে
He took, but just having wealth, but
বৈষ্ণব সেবা করবে না।
not serving Vaishnavas, Gurudev, not doing Guru
আর
Seva,
ভগবানের সেবা করবে।
and not serving the
যাদের
Lord.
অনেক জন্মের স্বীকৃতি রয়েছে, সংস্কার রয়েছে,
Even if you have many lifetimes of sukriti and impressions, then you will serve Vaishnavas and Guru. So karmis, we engage them in karma. So get karmis to perform donations, like giving out blankets, and then by doing this they may accidentally give it out to a pure devotee.
লোককে আপনি দান করলেন,
So
কিন্তু
they
তার মধ্যে কোনো শুদ্ধ ভক্তকে আপনি
donate to
দান করে দিলেন। আপনি জানেন না আপনি ওই শুদ্ধ ভক্ত হই,
but they, without knowing,
কিন্তু
they were,
অজ্ঞাত রূপে
by donating to a pure devotee,
সেবা হওয়ার জন্য তার কি হয়ে গেল?
what will happen?
ভক্তি হয়ে যায়,
That will be
আবার
bhakti,
ভগবানকে প্রাপ্তি করত।
and they will obtain the Lord.
এই জন্য শাস্ত্রের মধ্যে বলা রয়েছে,
So in Shastras it says,
তীর্থ পর্যটন দান পুণ্য আদি এসব শাস্ত্রের মধ্যে বলা হয়েছে।
so we should give donations,
দান পুণ্য আদি করতে করতে কখন শুদ্ধ ভক্ত পাওয়া গেল,
and by doing this, then you will obtain, we will come across a pure devotee.
কিন্তু অজ্ঞাত রূপে যদি কোন শুদ্ধ ভক্তের সেবা হয়ে যায়,
So without knowing, unknowingly,
ভগবানই প্রাপ্তি।
you serve a pure devotee, you will obtain the Lord.
আবার কখনো কখনো কি আবার উল্টা ফল হয়ে যায়।
So what if we have the opposite?
কোন একজন এই গোবর্ধনের কথা বলছি, গুরুদেবের
So Gurudev used to speak this Govardhan Katha.
এই গোবর্ধনে একজন সন্ত মহাত্মা আছে, ভজন করছে,
So
আর
Govardhan,
তাকে কম্বল দিয়ে গেছে রাত্রে
So they used to give blankets, and then at night time, thieves used to come to take the blankets, and that's sinful. They will. So there's an opposite effect of this giving, donating. So there's also the Katha of Nrga Maharaj. He was giving a lot of donation. He was donating many cows. So you couldn't even count the stars in the sky, but the amount of donations Nrga Maharaj, you can't say he gave so many cows in donations. So, and what was that cow? Like, very beautiful cow. So he put golden, like a golden, I think, cloth on them, and then on their horns there was some golden, gold and silver jewels, and that's how he was donating. So there was one cow that went to another Brahmin, and so the Brahmin, one Brahmin was saying this was donated to me, and the other Brahmin was saying no, this was donated to me, and they started to argue, and then Nrga Maharaj said, okay, for this one cow I'll take this one back and I'll give you 10,000 cows. But both Brahmins said we want this particular cow. So what happened in the end? They cursed Nrga Maharaj. They said, you are donating, but then you're taking it back. As you're like a chameleon. You're changing colors. And what was the fruit of this? He had to take birth as a chameleon. And one day in Dwarka, Krishna-Saka, they were playing, and their ball that they were playing with fell into a well. And as they looked into the well, they could see a big, like, demon, or Pashu, I think, maybe a big animal they could see. So they lifted this animal, and then when this animal touched the lotus feet of the Lord, and he actually became liberated and free from his body. And then when Lord, who knows everything, but he asked, oh, how did you come into this state? And then he explained his previous life. And then he said, how, Lord said, how did you get liberated? And so Nrga Maharaj said, oh, then Lord said, oh, you actually donated a bhagavat to a Vaishnava one time, and that is why. So you've donated to many other persons, but by giving to this one Vaishnava, this Bhagavata, unknowingly, you donated this Bhagavata to Vaishnava, and the fruit of this is the darshan of the Lord. So Vaishnava seva, this is what it shows.
इसलिए कहते साधु संग है जिस कथा प्रसंग हम करें.
So we're speaking about sadhu-sanga. When we listen to Harikatha and sadhu-sanga,
इसलिए तुलसीदास जी रामचरित मानस
speaks of this in Ramcharit Manas, sadhu-sanga.
साधु-संग सर्व सिद्धि सर्व शास्त्र का लब मात्र साधु संग सर्व सिद्धि. लब का थोड़ी सी समय,
एक सेकंड के जो
11 भाग के एक भाग जितने समय,
so 1/11 of a second,
साधु संग करने पर
by having sadhu-sanga association of a sadhu, we will obtain our topmost perfection. What is topmost perfection? The lotus feet of Govinda, Bhagavat Charan. That is our ultimate perfection.
Srila Bhaktivinoda Thakur
Srila Bhaktivinoda Thakur says that sadhu-sanga and nama-sankirtana, as the more sadhu-sanga that we do and listening to Harikatha from the lotus mouth of a sadhu, then we will have taste in Harikatha. So therefore we need to have sadhu-sanga. So there are many types of sadhu. There are karmis sadhus, jnani sadhus, yogi sadhus, bhakti sadhus. So Srila Vishnu Chakravarti says the topmost sadhu is bhagavata-parsada-deha-prapta sadhu. That's the topmost sadhu. As Narad Rishi, just for a moment's association with Narad Rishi, that person will have prema bhakti manifest in their hearts. That's why they say in Kali Yuga sadhu-sanga is very difficult. Shri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu came himself to liberate the jivas, the living entities. In Kali Yuga sadhu, it's very difficult. It's a very beautiful katha. Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, when he was traveling in the south, so everybody was so absorbed in Krishna Prem. Even anybody who took darshan of Chaitanya Mahaprabhu from afar, and Prem manifested in their hearts. This is the mercy of Shri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. Who is so generous as Shri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu? So Srila Vidhi-marga Pad is saying bhagavata-parsada-deha-prapta. Narad Rishi, if we take darshan, then we will have Krishna Prem manifesting in our hearts. And second sadhu, nirdhuta-kashaya. So the example of this is Sukadev Goswami. So when he took birth from his mother's womb, he started to run towards the jungle. His father is running behind him saying, "Hey my son, hey my son." And Sukadev Goswami did not even turn around to look. So if we have association of Sukadev Goswami Pad, and then thirdly there's murchita-kashaya. So this is like kashaya is left. They might have a small something in their heart. What is kashaya? So when Narad Rishi, the example of this, when Narad Rishi took birth as the son of a servant, by doing Bhagavad Nam and doing his mantra jap, and Lord gave him a moment's glimpse of darshan. And then when he became conscious again, because he was unconscious when he took darshan, and then said, "Oh, please Lord, give me darshan again." And Lord said, "Narad, when you actually attain your perfected body and come to my abode, then you will take darshan of me." And then Narad Rishi started to think that I want to live alone. Living in a gram city is tamasic, but living in the forest is sattvic rasa. This is also called kashaya, living alone. How should we live? We should live in sadhu-sanga. We should always live in sadhu-sanga. That's why it's said this mood was in the heart of Narada Rishi. That's why this is given as an example as murchita-kashaya. Then Narada Rishi, when performing bhajan, and the time of leaving his body, he then attained his perfected body and went to the Lord's abode. And even if anybody has association of this type of sadhu, they will have it's most beneficial. Vishnu-Chakravarti says about if we ever meet a sadhu like this, will we have faith? Gurudev saying even if the Lord himself is manifested here, we won't have faith. This is Bhagwan, this is Lord. Shri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu is Krishna himself. But how many people saw? Not everybody had faith. Not everybody believed. There were 6 types of people. But even seeing Mahaprabhu, they did not believe. So these 6 types of people saw Mahaprabhu and ran away. Purva, Parshandi, Ninduk. These 6 types of sinners, Advaitavadi, Mayavadis, they did not believe that this is Bhagwan. So even taking darshan, they did not believe that Shri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu is the Lord himself. To liberate these people, Shri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu was chasing after them. Mahaprabhu had made a vow, in this incarnation, I will be merciful to everybody, and to be merciful to everybody who's running behind them. Utarkik, Pandit, Mayavadis, Aparadis. They did not want to take the mercy of Mahaprabhu, but Mahaprabhu had taken this vow that I'd go all this praying. So I've bought this priceless prem from Golok and I will give it for free. They don't want to take, but forcefully Mahaprabhu is giving. How beautiful is this Mahaprabhu's, his magnanimity, Mahaprabhu's is shown here. No, this is not shown in any other incarnation. Krishna gave prem in Vrindavan only to his associates. The birds, the animals, everybody. But to his own associates. What did Mahaprabhu do? He gave it to everybody in Vrindavan and out of Vrindavan. In this incarnation, Chaitanya Mahaprabhu did not faint. He just, whoever he saw, he gave. Even if they didn't want to take, he gave forcefully. Mahaprabhu. This is how compassionate he is. Krishna gave only in Vrindavan, not outside Vrindavan. But Shri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, where did he give? Everywhere. And he's not. So in this incarnation, Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu is not even thinking if somebody is qualified or unqualified. He's giving to everybody. This is his magnanimity. This is Mahaprabhu's magnanimity. Krishna says first his sweetness and then his generous. So his sweetness is first and generosity is second. And with Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, his generosity is first and then sweetness is second. So this is the speciality of Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. He's giving everybody this love. Sri Rupa Goswami is saying this Sri Rupa.
समर्पयतु उन्नत उज्ज्वल संसभक्ति से परिपूर्ण सुंदर दुति कद्म संदीपित सदा हृदय कंदरे स्फुरत व सचिनंदन गौरी की महिमा और विशेष करके कलियुग में महाप्रभु ने स्वयं कहा
especially in Kali Yuga
कृष्ण प्रेम
Mahaprabhu says
नहीं अन्य नहीं देते इस कलियुग में प्रेम कौन देंगे
he will give prema in this Kali Yuga only Sachinandan Gaura. So we have to surrender into the lotus feet of Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. Many lifetimes of Sukriti, then we will obtain the mercy of Gaura. We need to completely surrender into the lotus feet of Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, Gaurasundar. We don't need to do anything else, and Radha Prem will automatically manifest in the heart. So this Radha Prem that we were listening to yesterday in Barsana, this Prem that Brahmaji and these Devatas are performing hard austerities to obtain. And Brahmaji is in the form of a mountain in Brahma Parvat form. He's there to obtain the dust of the lotus feet of Srimati Radhika. That is very rare. But if anybody only surrenders themselves into the lotus feet of Gaurasundar, that prema will automatically manifest. So in Kali Yuga, you don't need to do anything else, just surrender into the lotus feet of Gaurasundar. Narahari Sarkar is saying,
गौर कलारो है गौर बोलिया जाओ के जीवन किछु ना चाहिए है नारायण सरकार करे गौर छोड़ करके आप कुछ करना नहीं.
You don't need to do anything else apart from Gaur Naam is so sweet.
इसलिए गौर सुंदर गौर धाम का कृपा प्राप्त कर.
So obtain the mercy of Gaur Sundar and Gaur Dham. And when you obtain this mercy, then Krishna Prem will automatically manifest. Oh, my throat is sore. Oh, the light has also gone. Okay, chant the Mahamantra now.
मंदिर बात कर दर्शन को गुरुदेव का मनोभिष्ट. हाँ, गुरुदेव के मनोभिष्ट पूरा करो. मानोगा भक्ति. भक्ति तो हो गया.